Alright, so this is a title called for Aspera. If you guys haven't seen gameplay, this is actually a live stream. So if you want to check when I go live, visit Twitch. Link in the description. This video will be uploaded to YouTube. I haven't played this in a while, so we're gonna have to see if I remember how to do this. I'm gonna lower the audio here a bit. Okay. High ground. Go here. Somewhat flat. Turn the master volume down a bit. Hopefully that's better for the audio. Music, I don't even know if I'm allowed to have this music, but I guess we'll find out. GG monetization. Okay, so they're trying to terraform Mars and make it inhabitable by humans. We'll go through. Sorry, this is OCD kicking in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by probably making a worker head. I do recall there's something we have to make right away, but I can't remember what it is. So I guess we're just gonna find out. We might fail on this run, but we'll try it. So we have electronics, polymers, steel. We need a glass one for making solar panels. Probably hang tight there for now. We will need so I'll just plop one down. And we'll see. We'll see if we have enough stuff. I go a little overboard on maintenance, but that's what we're gonna do. We'll fast forward here. Getting late, so this is not going to be very long, but if you guys are interested in seeing more, leave a comment. Maybe I'll do some Let's Plays of this game, or at least a review. I didn't see a whole lot of... I mean, there's interest in this game, don't get me wrong, but I haven't seen a whole lot of it. But if you guys want to get a full, in-depth review of the game, let me know, and I can make one. Or do live Let's Plays, stuff like that. One little worker drone is having to do all of this. Oh, carbon. I didn't even see this over here. We need carbon to make the polymers. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We have to disable some of these factories because we're not going to need them at the moment. Need carbon. So essentially, we have to scan the whole planet, heat up the North and South Pole, and eventually we can get water in these deeper areas, which are denoted by a darker color. And then the lighter colors are higher in the elevation. Maybe if we can get some electronics going, we'll be able to make some solar panels, which we'll need. Some electronics being produced. Good on electronics, so we'll go ahead and shut that one down. Looks like we probably are going to be out of power here. Unless we can get one of these made, which is not looking good. We need a glass. Here we go. We need glass to be made. Once you get it up and running, this game is actually, starts running pretty smoothly. this driller off for now. And now we'll have power. So we can start turning all this stuff back on. And once we get new workers created, it'll be even better, because then we'll just have one little guy running around. Let's see, we just need parts. I don't remember if we made a parts factory yet. Does not seem like it. So we'll need one of those. There's our repair drones. These are meteor impacts. I'll show you here in a second when we start scanning what the idea is. That's the only way that you're able to see what resources are around you, is if you scan. There actually might be resources right next to us, we just won't be able to see them because that sector is not scanned yet. Like we don't have a power spot covering this area apparently. The center of your area gets very overcrowded. I think we have an option for that for traffic. So right now we just have the one worker, so it's red. But these will automatically kind of break out into sectors. Maintenance, as long as everything is in these circles for your maintenance drones, they'll take care of the rest. This is the scanner that I'm talking about. These are the only sectors that we have scanned, highlighted. There could be resources anywhere around here. We just don't see them yet. Temperature, you don't have to worry about that right now. Biome, this is the biomes that they will be, and it'll turn into the permanent biomes once you heat up the planet. And then humidity shows wind direction for if you get windmills and stuff like that. And the eyes are points of interest where you can put research labs once you get humans. Just need some glass, and we'll get another worker. looks like we're producing one now. So we'll go to our traffics tab. You'll see how this splits apart once the worker's created here. And then our poor one little guy will have a little bit of backup, hopefully. Things will start running a little smoother. And that's where it's sectioned off there. And it'll create another one here. And then we'll have 4 quadrants once this last one is made. Here we go. Makes it a little easier on them. Alright, so we have a decent amount of resources coming in. Electricity here, looks like we're up 130 megawatts. So, we can actually start grabbing some scanners here. And what you'll see when we go to scanners and they're produced, they're going to start scanning these unknown sectors. It looks like we're going to have a pretty good area of ice here, which we'll need once we start supporting humans. And we'll need to plop down a spaceport too. A little worried about where we're going to do that. We'll just place it over here for now. Put some more work. This is going to allow us to actually start doing missions to heat up Mars. And that'll do a lot for us. Can actually complete research without humans. So our scanners are at work here. And we can already see some ice coming up. This whole blue area should be ice. They're kind of annotated here, so like this product, what chemicals? Chemicals will be here, ice, iron, silicon. So we're actually in a decent spot as far as resources go. So this is a better start than I've had in the past. Eventually you can actually upgrade these roads here as well. Traffic is slowed down. That's good. We have enough workers for the load that we have. So, looks like we've had some updates. This is not what it looked like in the past. So bear with me here. We're gonna start unlocking sectors, I guess. Then we can do missions. When these resources are full, they'll build a spaceship or rocket ship. And then it looks like they're going to scan all of these sectors that have the letters and numerical value there. You can scan and you'll get points of interest like you can see here. Scanners are doing some work. You can probably place a few more over here in this corner at some point. Power, we're still in the positive. I eventually replace most of this power stuff with efficient energy sources. So we'll put down a few more scanners next to these power. Looks like they're going to be outside of our maintenance facility. So we're going to go ahead and create a new one and overlap them here. And we'll connect those two areas. As you can see, there's no roads created. So which is good because we'll probably centralize around the spaceport here. And our worker factory automatically kicked in. And it looks like we're gonna have some trouble here. We're having a meteor coming in right where we just placed all these items. Might actually take some of this out depending on how strong it is. Bombs. And indeed it took out our worker area. That day. Ice is good though. We'll need that. Looks like we got some iron, some more silicon. And this redness that you're seeing here is actually another sector that we haven't unlocked yet. As you can see here, sector 10. Now our worker hub should be producing, unless it allowed us to keep the one that it already created, which is possible. Looks like it has. End game, to give you a spoiler, these craters here, you can actually build little dome habitats and farms and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. So you can constantly be removing some of these things and replacing them with other things. Might get a little damage here. I've not had this much bad luck with meteors in any of my starts, so a little interesting. I have to build our electronics factory a little closer to our silicon mine. It's our silicon mine right here. It's not that far away. And then we can spread out and That's just a cutscene, which it pulls you away. It's a little annoying. But we scanned that area. Okay, so here's a good example. All these are like tier 1 zones to get resources. And here's a tier 3. So we actually have to do some research to unlock a tier 3 mining area. This is going to be a tier 2. We also can't build anything here yet. Make sure they're within the limits of power. And also make sure that we have a maintenance facility that reaches out here. When it's on the line like this, it's hit or miss. We'll see if it covers that area. I'm not sure if it's going to, though. Getting somewhere with scanners. We got some more carbon. They've actually built into an area that we haven't scanned yet. And don't quote me on this, but from what I've noticed, the farther away the scanners are to the outside, the longer it takes to scan each sector. So in the end game, maybe I'm just making this up, but I actually remove these and I build more on the outside. Go ahead and scan another sector here. So these are the missions. It doesn't really matter which order we go in, I suppose. But let's do 10 just because it's right next to us. And create a scanning probe for that. Once we think we have a good start, we'll actually start raising the temperature of the planet. We're already producing CO2, as you can see. That's about it so far. A little bit of oxygen. Some nitrogen. We are increasing the heat by 0.1, as you can see. And it gives us the polar temperature. Negative 130. Traffic still looks good. A little yellow, but that's okay. Picking out electronics a little faster now. And eventually we can make, what do you call them? Warehouses. So you can centralize storage to areas that you might need them. This was not a good placement for a factory for electronics just because we're so far away from silicon. And there's plenty of aluminum on the planet to where we normally don't have to worry about where that's at. This was not a level 2, that would be great. We could use some more silicon mining. We're at 0 right now. Big demand, not enough production. So before we can support life, we also need to make a food factory, which is going to use the ice and the chemicals. So this ice factory over here, we need that. And it looks like we have the chemical factory and an ice factory over here. So we'll probably pop down a food factory somewhere in the middle between those two. I'm going to go ahead and go right here. We don't have to bring in humans right away, but we can stock up on the food. That way when they do get here, things run a little smoother. This will be great for water. I have not spawned in next to a stream like this, but it's pretty deep. So hopefully we'll get water right away. We can use that for in replacement of ice, for example. So obviously as we heat up the temperature of Mars' surface, this ice does melt in accordance with that, so it's a pretty fun simulation. RTS, or whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit of everything. So this does not have repair drones built already, but because they're overlapping, some of the drones will send repair drones over to like sister sectors and help out a bit, which is awesome. Not very efficient, but these aren't very efficient in general. As you can see, they're not really doing anything right now. This is regular speed, by the way, if you think you're gonna play the game at regular speed. It takes forever. So we got some food production. No demand, which is good. Still setting steady on power. Eventually you can make batteries, windmills. What else? There's a bunch of different forms of power that you can use. Nuclear. I apologize for the lack of energy, but I'm extremely tired. It's past midnight. Iron. We could really use some silicon. Not having a lot of luck with that. Just iron and ice. The carbon eventually we'll need. We're already down to 753 here. And it goes by pretty fast. I think that was our rocket. Yep. This is a timer here. Build time, launch time, arrival time. So it will pull us from the play field here once the scan is complete. It is. New sector unlocked. So we can go back in. Go to projects. We can unlock. Let's go ahead and just do sector 5 since we're here. This is a pretty good intro to the game. It starts off slow. It really starts picking up once you have to manage heat. You have to kind of regulate your carbon dioxide, your oxygen, your ozone layer, stuff like that. So it gets pretty intense. As you can see, we're already on year 5, 5.5. And we haven't brought any humans in to start doing research. So normally you would bring them in right away. I'm just kind of delaying it for right now. It's very useful if we can get to these points of interest too, because that increases our rate of research. So here's a silicon mine here. We're only producing 1. It'd actually be worthwhile to it's in our maintenance circle too, so go ahead and craft those quick. Eventually you can make these long subway access tunnels, I guess you could call it. So you could put one here and one over here, and they can quick travel amongst the areas, which is amazing compared to having to go all the way across for these workers. Positive 223. Scanners are doing their job. And you can spam these scanners down with a bunch of power and scan most of the planet before you do anything serious if you really wanted to. And we've reached our building limit. So here's an example of how you can bottleneck yourself. I have no research. I have no humans on the planet. And I can't build any more buildings. So I'm going to have to cannibalize some of these buildings in order to build a colony. So you have to manage that stuff. We've unlocked another sector. This one's got a lot of points of interest. So we might want to expand out this way. We can build a bunch of research facilities. And knock out research really fast. And once we melt the poles, which if we do another video, I'll show you that. All this area will go underwater, and you'll miss out on all of this stuff here. So you want to time it strategically. You can see these guys running resources to where they need to go. So they'll take the silicon, they'll bring it to a closer location, and then that traffic sector will move it on to the next one. So things can get overloaded really fast. If something's needed over on this right side, they have to make a chain and bring it over from the left side, for example. A lot of waiting. You can keep yourself busy by doing stuff, but I've kind of screwed myself a bit by hitting my building cap. We're not even keeping up on our steel production here. Three more scanners. Kind of make work of this scanning area here. So we're approaching 40 minutes. It's late. I think this is a good stopping point. If you guys are interested in more, I'll show you the beginning stages of actually melting the poles. We also can do missions that involve, let's see here. We can't do anything until we get the colonists, but we can bring meteors to purposely crash into the planet, which will heat up the surface and create dust particles in the air. We can build mirrors on the poles that will reflect the heat to the poles and melt the ice. So once you start heating up the planet, the game starts moving very fast. And your management style, you'll know if you failed or not pretty much right away. If you did not plan accordingly, you can correct it, but it's pretty brutal. So I will save this game specifically for the stream. And I'll try to get this uploaded on YouTube. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, leave a comment there to show me if you're interested or not. I will live stream it on Twitch, and then after a day or two, I'll post that video onto YouTube. So if you want to watch live, you can watch it live. And if you miss some of it, you can always come back later and check out the rest of it on the YouTube channel. Same handle. So, I think that's a good stopping point. Thanks for stopping in today and joining me. And I will see you next time.